All right, nice place. There's Tony. This is Eleanor's party for Carl Beidelman. See you later, Mary.
Bye, Mary.
Goodbye. My nice little toy.
Very nice. I've never been to
Yep, familiar faces.
Isn't that interesting?
Why is the light flashing on off?
That means it's taking pictures.
Oh.
Eleanor?
Is it taking sound too?
Yes, it's
Oh,
taking
then shut my
sound
mouth.
too. You can swear, but it'll be all on candid camera.
And they seem to be real pleased that the head guy, my boss's.
Oh, you can even talk.
Oh, we're number one.
Oh.
I always do that on
Working with this guy right now is a better investment than an IRA. So when you're in your 50s, that's going to pay dividends. Because this is the kind of guy who by the time he's 40 or 45 could be the president of the network. I mean, he's that kind of guy.
Why don't you wave? My
Wave?
battery is.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Say
yeah.
goodbye.
I see
Say
your
goodbye.
battery light, yeah.
Say goodbye. Say hello. The battery.
Hi, Mom.
Thanks. Hi, Mom.
That's very good. You guys are all well.
another upstairs.
Huh?
There she is. Suzette, Kenny, Tony, our favorite group. Da 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 da.
You can't escape by saying, hey Tony, grab me a beer.
Yeah.
Please.
Let's see. What's the name of the innkeeper? Look down. Look down. Da 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 da. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Look down. Look down. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Little Les Mis on the side.
A little Les Mis on the side. What does that mean? Why do you have a little Les Mis on the side? There's Karen. And it's going to focus. Oh, pretty woman.
Carl likes it.
Back up.
Karen.
Karen.
When you're doing what now?
What? We never know.
You know, when I was watching Mary explain the workings of this new technological wonder, and everybody was just in awe, it reminded me that this is the way the Chinese got rid of BD in 10 years.
Got rid of. There's Joe
Whenever you
and
have
Tim Kiska.
If you don't have cameras, you just walk in front of you, but if you have cameras, you're very...
Oh no!
They what? Say?
If you have a camera, they duck. Excuse me?
All right, fade back. There's Sue going to the restroom.
Terry.
Don't worry about it.
And there's
I'm the
Tim.
worst for names.
You're the worst for me.
I have a brother.
Terry doesn't like to
One
be
in
photographed
Wyoming.
I
either.
do like to be photographed, but for some reason tonight I'm feeling rather shy.
Okay,
It has
that's
something
fine.
to do with
That's fair
sheep
enough.
in Wyoming. Rustling.
Sheep
Yeah.
in Wyoming.
Point blank said their goal is to
Rustling.
I have a brother who is.
You have to leave. Have you ever been to South
The pictures of him are very rare.
Yeah, I love it.
Most
unbelievable place I've ever seen.
Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me.
Going to go in?
Tom's sticking his feet out.
You know how you really piss them off, Mary? Ask them to say something. I mean, it's not bad enough that you're taking the picture, but then ask them to say a few words.
Interfere with their rights of privacy and then tell them to say a few words.
Then they really look
And they
stupid.
really look stupid. No, it's not. Oh, Mary. Just trying to get Carol. This is Carol's party. Okay.
Carl?
Carol and Karen, but I already got yours.
I heard.
You are beautiful on camera.
Oh, thank you.
Not that you're so bad looking off camera, really. Keep it steady, you're right. I'm not keeping it steady. You're going to be bouncing around and...
Mary, how do you see look off camera?
Thanks, Carol.
Why don't you put a little paper bag around that barrel like you said?
I'm going to finish it up. I just took my picture. Fade out. This is what Eleanor's got. Circle. Cheese ball. Mustard. Crackers. Sticks. Bread. Vegetables. Pickles. Dip. A bowl of, what do you call it? Bowl of fruit. Potato chips. Cake. And little cakes and little cakes over there. The dishes are all over there. And all sorts of boring things. Back here, I'll show you that there's a candle in the middle of the table. And we're going to come around this way.
Joe. I remember my name.
How you doing? Hi, Jim.
Good job. I am getting better. Kara would be proud.
Bug is here.
Since we get a drink.
Hi. How are you?
Good. And yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. The biscuits.
No, they're
Negative.
No one seems to be out in there.
Thank you, Rhoda. There was much jade about it. What is Kara and Joe? This was really the best. Actually, I had my own garbage tennis shoes on before I left. I was very comfortable.
The next part you just put down on it.
Leaders come from painting, you got a fire burning in your belly.
11 minutes into this little
Cut it out.
Strandy bugs.
They're really gorgeous. A company called
Sack of shit. Oh no.
No, that's Karen's line. Who, by the way, is also one, okay?
Okay.
Karen, don't forget, you're a sack of, you know.
And that's Karen
lion
there.
sack of
Yes,
shit.
and that's Carol. Okay. And Chris is leaving.
Very well.
And
Leaving because, you know,
Fox Channel 50, our special person on the
on
job.
Fox 50, yeah, I work sometimes, you know. I really am not a big fan of working.
Harvey wants you and I for a quickie.
Oh, picture of you.
You'll appreciate this.
Zoom right in. Hey.
I went to the Golden State Warriors to play
Okay. Say
Pistons.
hello. Do you
On
know a
December
woman
the
named
7th.
Martina?
I went into the men's room after
Never
the game.
come over?
and I
Martina in
ran into
California.
Yeah,
In
Will Sullivan's
Oh,
playing.
Sullivan! Will Sullivan!
Martina, just
Oh, my Tina.
But
All right.
I want to give you some information.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Oh, I'm just going out to the car to get some.
No, I know that, but
That's what
I just want to do what I'm doing.
Does it say REC in the
I want to
left-hand corner?
pretend. So I look at people who really behave when
Take
you
your
look at
two
them.
fingers, take your index finger and the next finger just up a little higher,
Right here.
and you can tell a photo.
Does it say REC in the left-hand corner?
No, it doesn't, because I don't see a blinking light.
She's that.
I was just a
Okay. I want him to be doing something with
I've
his
been real busy.
fabulous.
Yeah.
It's not really fair, Mary.
Is it shaky?
Why not?
Yeah.
As Uncle Bill is taking Tony's picture. Stick your tongue out. Now, Tony.
We did that with Michael. We took the first pictures and we gave Mary a tape, which was to let her, that was the present.
You shut that off
Nice
now.
tree.
Right?
This little orange thing. Just press it.
And then have some pictures.
Well, that's what you do. You don't know?
Yep, just
But I
press it and
had,
it'll say in there
You're still
pause.
recording.
And then you know you're not recording.
Stuck my tongue out, and I said, get a close-up. He'd already had a close-up.
Oh, did you?
Is it on? All right, now you can do your toast to Carl. And we'll send him this.
yes,
We'll
salute
send
to
it.
you, Carl. The best of all worlds from everybody here on Berkeley. God bless you. That's about all I've got to say. Maybe Tony's got some words of financial advice for Carl, perhaps.
Save your money. Don't buy a car?
Buy high, sell
Send
low.
it back.
Buy high, sell
Yeah,
low.
you can't buy a car, or you can't buy a house. Isn't that what it is out there?
$200,000 or something?
You can't buy a house out there.
No, we can't buy a house.
Hey, just
out
put
there
a
right
down payment, sell it in a year, and you'll make $1 million.
now. Okay, I have that advice again, a little slower.
A little slower, what?
What did you say again?
Buy something, put a down payment on it. Come back in a year.
That's the problem.
$1 million
putting a down
profit.
payment on it.
That's right.
Coming up with the cash.
$300,000 for a little bungalow like that
What
Bruce
are
house
they?
was.
Did Carl tell you he
Two-bedroom?
ran to Willow Sullivan?
Yes, he did. In the lavatory at a Lakers game or something, at a basketball game.
Golden State
Golden
Warriors.
State Warriors. That was it. And his
Don't you
wife.
think that's
His wife.
serendipitous?
I think it's groovy.
That was tongue out.
I think it's groovy.
I thought her name was Tina.
Martina.
Serendipity? Oh.
Serendipitous.
Serendipitous. I'll take one of those.
They were a group in the 70s,
Go
right?
ahead.
Serendipitous
Sure.
singers.
Bill, why don't you put the camera?
Put that damn thing out.
Don't you like to be on camera?
Oh, yeah.
He was in town.
Why is that
on
red
his
light
way.
blinking?
Because it's
I saw him at the
recording
funeral service.
your face. She has a very pretty
him.
face up close. You have a really great
I called him
photographic
California
when I
to
zoom
tell him
in
about
on you.
And
And he came from Fountain.
My nose.
no,
He was traveling.
he was
anyway.
en route. And so I called his parents' house.
Good, Jim.
So as soon as he got home, he knew about it immediately. So he went to the funeral because I know he knew Andy quite well. As a matter of fact, he'd go over to his house quite regularly because they were neighbors.
Oh, okay.
In Rosedale.
I didn't know that.
Literally on the back roads of the Bay Area. It takes you out to meet the interesting people and see the interesting places out there in that area. And
When Carl was out there for his interview, they showed him several tapes of the show to give him a little flavor of what it was all about. And one of the tapes showed them going to this manufacturing, this backwoods manufacturing company. And what was the name of it? Colombo Accordions.
yes,
All right.
Colombo Accordion Works.
Yeah, that's true.
So I thought, well, that's my kind of show.
Listen,
And out comes the CEO, Harvey by name.
yeah, absolutely. Listen, in exchange for a copy of all these pictures, try to run me a little.
Biographical
Yeah.
sketch.
Try to run me.
I'll get you a copy.
Yeah, give me-
I'll go into the files and get whatever Jerry's got on this place.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you gotta.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it because because
He had this big
we want to know
accordion
where it is when we come up
with
to
this
see it.
pearlescent lettering down the side, Colombo. I swear to God.
I love it.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, my kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Did he tell you about that?
I don't know, did you?
I think I did. I told you. Well, you saw it, actually. You saw it. Get it.
You got it. I got it.
Thank you, Harvey. Quarrels and
Pissed off.
so I can't really work until I try that.
See, that doesn't surprise me at all about
Guess
Canfield.
what I'll do is get
Not only that he would oppose it, but that he would
get some guy a job, get some guy to
not
buy
voice his
together.
because he wouldn't.
Found him a place.
Sure as a man, I couldn't afford to have my screaming and crying off for my saving another
We've
life.
done it again.
One's not crazy about April.
We got that, Ken. Got it, Ken. Got it, Ken. All right, guys.
Waldorf.
Great seeing both of you.
It's nice, Jill.
But just in case I'm wrong, anybody feel free to go first.
Your Honor, Your Honor.
Well, I'll go first, but why not do tonight a second and third?
I'm not the one wearing them funny little robes, guys.
Ready to kick a little butt on the butt here? Huh?
At least I wear things under the
Carl, we give it a free plane ride all the way to San Francisco.
Pick on Carl.
Harold, but
Hey, Carl, bye.
It's gonna be a roast, Carl. You have a roast?
You've been waiting for a long time.
Are we gonna have a roast?
Terry, you like his dude?
I just think you're
Can we start back at the beginning?
Don't forget how you feel about him.
I have very little roasting to do. Nice suntan maybe, but no roast.
Okay, gather around the fire, folks. Those who want to roast.
Well, you go forward because I have to go behind you.
Okay. Oh, you could?
Harvey's gonna take pictures.
Where's Harvey? Come on, Harvey.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking a little. You worry about that.
What's that laugh? A little self-conscious there.
Stay close by, Joe.
All by myself? Good.
What? Well, just remember, slander has got to be false.
Right.
I think there's a lot of truth.
I want you to remember Betty Brooks. We get to California. You got that? Remember her?
Betty Brooks.
Where's Armstead?
Runs the supplemental food program.
Come on, Tom. Sit right down next to Carl here on the couch.
Oh, God. Put Jeff together, huh?
I'll send you a picture of her.
All right.
Where else can you start?
Where is she at?
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Armstead been sitting in that chair.
Oh,
Armstead.
Let's not fuck up the fur.
watch your mouth. You're not running from here, Detroit.
Oh,
Right.
my.
Get your camera. Get her.
Hey, brave heart. Harvey works a little less than you do.
I better sit down before I have to get a space
Does that
next
put
to
the
the
dates and
boss
names
here.
underneath?
Come on, Terry. I'm gonna let you
Come on over the firing line.
Come on.
Hit the kid in the
ass.
hit the kid in the ass with it. Take him to the little Highland Park Committee.
Second shooting was in
But
the...
now the first shooting was by the athletic director of the Madonna Youth Program. That wasn't just a random shooting. By the man in charge. What was that guy's name?
And the second discharge was by the police officer.
Police officer in charge of the town.
My turn.
Oh, geez, yes.
Discharged his weapon into the ceiling to quell the riot. The Madonna Lakers lost their volume.
You were running that program, weren't you, Carl?
Yeah, that was the night that Carl came over the rectory.
Well under control.
Call the police.
Jim.
Dial 911, Bill.
Yeah,
Said they're throwing
yeah.
cheers at one another over here.
The kids are throwing chairs and riding. About 2,000 kids attacked about 20. And Carl said, "Tom, I'll be right back. I'm calling the cops."
That's right.
We had Turner there, back to back.
I remember Carl sucking in a dance thing over there, watching those kids dance, a chaperoning.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah, that's why my hearing is so bad now.
That's right.
Remember they used to turn that thing up?
That's
why I quit volunteering.
They radio and
Stereo paint in the garage.
no, that first day.
Right.
Put the jukebox in. We stole that from the narcotics guy.
My neighbor.
Yeah. Got the jukebox in.
What?
My neighbor.
Floyd, yeah, Rudy Floyd.
You got that.
Did he come to a bad end?
Was that your cousin? Was that your cousin that was over there once? One Saturday afternoon, I was over there, cousin came.
Starting to snow.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Gotta warm this thing
My
up, kind of.
God, how's he doing?
Haven't talked to him in quite a while.
Okay.
Louder for the camera.
Louder for the camera.
Listen to that. He said, I work for the mafia. I said, what do you mean you work for the mafia? He said, if I want a pool table, he rented pool tables and stuff and vending machines, put them in the hospitals. And he said, I just tell them I want more business. And they said,
Brought in a brand new pop machine in Medina. We destroyed that in 3 weeks.
We held on to that for a couple years. It was a good Fago machine.
well, the poor girl lost her pastor.
Yeah, broken into a couple years.
Carl,
The name was John Gotti or something, wasn't it?
name
We're all
4
set
of
now.
your most favorite, your most memorable.
One of my most memorable.
Oh no, the gorillas.
Focus on
The Thanksgiving parade. That had to be quite.
That was pretty good. Yeah,
Pretty good.
That was pretty good, yeah.
The garage.
Johnny the Thanksgiving parade.
That was very good.
The shootings at the gym, I think, really do run.
You can't forget those.
Didn't somebody get shot outside, when Clapp was living in the back, somebody got shot and they found the hat and we used that for the film?
Went over the fence.
They found a
And that
hat.
was not one of the shootings we had anything to do with.
That was afterwards.
Carl almost
Totally isolated incident.
He almost got shot with one of
Up the
those
driveway.
old turkey guns and Pilgrims had down there. Carl and the gorillas messed up this little guy's turkeys. Get out of here, you messed up my turkeys. True story. They jumped in the parade, the gorillas on.
Yeah,
There was this guy
Jerry
with
and Dave and
pilgrims.
I jumped in there.
And people dressed up like turkeys. The gorillas messed up the turkeys. And the little guy was headed the turkeys and the pilgrim says, get out of here, you messed up my turkeys. Turkeys broke rank because of the gorillas.
We got into the parade based on the theory that who was going to stop a couple of gorillas and an organ grinder, right? I mean, you don't hang out at the parade that way. You must be part of it. So we got into that.
We only could afford 2 costumes for
50
gorillas,
bucks, right?
so I had to be the organ grinder.
Yeah. She was married at the time and couldn't afford a costume.
Yeah. So it was,
I think the play at the Madonna was probably the
Play,
most.
yeah.
That was good.
I've never gone through anything that was so hard that I can remember. That was
We
that
sold
was like
tickets for
the
that.
ultimate test. Yeah, that was the ultimate test.
Well, you were the baby Jesus or something?
Well, we did a 45-minute version of Dickens' Christmas Carol with about 45 kids who had never been in a play before and really didn't believe, because everybody had told them that they weren't worth shit. And they really
Which was
didn't
really
believe they could do it. They really didn't believe that they could do anything.
That group, I see those kids, they still aren't shit.
I've had people in the last 5 years still come up and comment to me about their experience in that, which was amazing.
Is this related? This is not related to shooting, though, is it?
No, no shooting involved. No, that was probably the best experience I had there.
But it got Carl along in his career to shoots.
I see.
Going to all these shoots after that.
That was the connection, huh?
that play was, that was a
It
good
was
experience, especially because there's all that adversity for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Then to see it come off. It was
You
real
and Diane
rewarding.
had your car stolen?
Yeah.
You and Diane came and helped. Jerry painted all the sets for that and had his car stolen for the experience. Yeah, for his reward is when you finish painting the sets, you go outside the car store.
What a hell of an organization.
Yeah. It's top
Still,
floor.
it's still happening. I invited Joe and Mary Sullivan over last week for a drink before we went out for a hamburger. I said, come on, have a drink first. Joe walked out of the house 15 minutes later. Oh, damn, my hubcaps are all gone. $400 worth of state hubcaps off the judge's car.
Yep, judge's car.
I think Jerry holds the record over there for most stolen auto parts and vehicles over there.
Yeah, I lost the 3 batteries.
Kept coming back and said, oh, damn. The first day Tom came out there, Jerry said, oh, damn, Don, they got my battery. Oh,
He put a sign on his car the first time.
And then
Saying,
Jerry goes
new
out.
battery, don't steal this one.
Jerry goes out and goes over to Sears and buys another battery. Came in the next day, damn, they got me again, Tom. Oh, Jerry.
That'd make a great Die Hard commercial.
The third day,
What everybody wants.
third day Jerry came out, stole his third battery, and I said, come here, fool. Go up next and get a used battery and a chain. No, you gotta put another one in there.
Man, I stole your battery yesterday, don't you?
No, he's gonna buy a new one. He's coming back for it. Put a dead battery in there with a chain.
I didn't realize it was a stuff of folklore.
Then it was the night that I got the phone call from your sister that said that your apartment had burned down, but that she couldn't get a hold of you.
She called Focus Soap, you and Tony went
Yeah.
looking for me. Didn't you try and find me that?
And the
Carol try and
ash,
find me?
the ashes. They
Yeah.
went through looking
Well,
for...
Diane and I were waiting.
Dental
What
The
stuff.
place was burning down.
What part would they have looked for?
Well, I knew that Jerry was in a life drawing class, so I opted to go into all the life drawing classes and only to go to some of the others.
That's nice. That's my boy, Carl.
All business is important.
Yeah. I remember that part.
Trying to help out a friend.
Jerry? Sorry.
Hi, what's your name? Yeah, that was the night that your place burned down. And,
It didn't burn completely down.
No.
Is that on Medbury?
Yeah, in Medbury.
Remember, we walked out of there and we were trying to figure out about where Diane would be at that time. And I said, well, she should be taking the bus home right about now. And there's a bus, and we saw her on the bus.
So
we chased the bus down.
Chased the bus down the
Chased the
street.
bus down, pulled Diane out of the bus.
Got her out of there.
We made it back to the house and it was like smoldering. It's night anytime. Anyways, your imagination makes it even worse than it is. But you could stand in the kitchen and see the sky, which is not a good sign.
Let's just for a moment, just for one moment, let's talk about mothers.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mothers.
We're sitting in this place, okay?
Some of us are very
This place has been torched. You can look through the kitchen and see the night sky. Diane comes home from school. She's sitting there. She lights up a cigarette, and her mother said, "Diane, you're smoking!" The house is fucking smoking. Her mother goes off, and she got a cigarette. We just looked at each other and said, "Yeah, that's Val." Major concern is that her daughter's got a cigarette.
Well, we stayed, Diane and I, we stayed here for a week after that. We didn't have a place to stay for a while. In that back room back there.
Did you guys ever talk about taking another trip to Alaska?
No.
Carl is, but we were penniless in San Francisco, and so Carl is sort of triumphantly returning there for both of us.
I go back there with a couple of
Yeah,
hours.
so I appreciate that. Alaska maybe another time. Maybe that's my job at some other point.
Yeah, nothing's happening up in Alaska right now either, come to think of it. So,
Yeah. I'm
You're
willing to
gonna
go
be
back.
missed, Butterman. You're gonna be missed.
We got a little shrine up there on the 3rd floor.
I'm sure you do, Bill. I'm sure. I probably left some of my shit up there.
As a matter of fact, you left a lot of your shit up there.
Stuff that I left everywhere. I haven't moved out of Channel 4, Focus Hope, Channel 56. I've got
I
stuff
bet you there's
every
some,
Left the trail behind.
I bet you there's some good relics up there, actually.
Oh, there are some, yeah. Everything Sister Cecilia found up on the 3rd floor was incriminating. She said, "Oh, it belongs to the Bible now."
Oh, you did? You sent Cecilia up there to check it out?
She went up and checked it out.
I know there was stuff, I found stuff up there that Rashid had sent to me. Those many summers ago.
Porcupine
Yeah,
shit?
porcupine shit. There was an envelope full, I had this box full of porcupine shit that you had sent back from the Upper Peninsula.
Did it have quills in it?
No.
No?
They don't put their quills in their shit.
They're smarter than that. They're smarter than that, right.
We're talking about some real stuff here.
Dario had also provided me, he got these plastic urinals, which he mounted on my walls up there on the 3rd floor.
I remember, I took a leak at one
I know you did. Because it wasn't real, it didn't really happen.
I left it there for you.
It authenticated it, actually. Well, Dario used to come up and just decide, he'd get bored. He'd come in and he'd work in Eleanor's office at night, and then he would get bored. And so he'd come up and do something to fuck around upstairs. And one night, he put 2 alarm clocks in my dresser drawers and set them for 2 different times, just for the hell of it. And they would go off in the middle of the night, and I was up looking through dresser drawers trying to find these alarm clocks, and then he would call the next day and ask how I sleep, you know. Just, you could tell it was a real lull period in his life. Wasn't a lot else that was going on. It was funny, when I was working at Channel 4, I'd still, at times I'd cruise around downtown and see all the abandoned hotels that we, had gotten free rooms for during the downtown Brotherhood festivals, and it brought back some memories. It seemed like it was a long, long time ago. And then, you know, of course, I would invariably think about the number of times that, you know, the annual Joe Racy beating before the Brotherhood Festival. It was, you know, it was a regularly scheduled event. I think the Central Business District had it on the calendar. They really did. They had it on the calendar there for when you get your ass kicked right before we do a festival, the Detroit Hope Happening. So Joe even showed up one year in bandages, completely bandages, and I was stupid enough to let you collect the money. You would go with our undercover cops and collect the money from the hot dog wagons. And you must have been the biggest mark in the city, I think. It happened at least twice. There were at least 2 years, I know, that you got your ass kicked right before the downtown festival.
But the law of averages was on our side.
And we kept losing. That's what I couldn't understand.
Always bet percentages, not average.
This butthead is not going to get hit twice, not in 1 week.
Yeah.
That's what you used to tell me.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you guys all in the same class?
Joe was ahead of us.
So to speak.
And Harvey and Tony were ahead of us.
Harvey was.
I was ahead of Joe.
Harvy was ahead of Joe.
When Tony was ahead
I
of
was
me.
ahead of Harvey.
Holy God.
And Tony was real old.
Yeah, really old.
Tony and Kudak in the same
Oh,
class.
yeah, Tony and Kudak in the same class.
But we all got together every day to say the rosary. That's
In the basketball, yeah, we did a lot of
That's the amazing part of
You
this
three
entire
in the
story.
same class? Four, you were in the same class?
Well, Carl and Jerry and I were in the same class, but at different times.
At different times.
Yeah.
I
I never actually went to school with Carl.
Jerry started after I quit.
He would come to visit guys at the college, and that's how I got to know Carl. He'd come to visit McCaffrey and.
Yeah, but you guys were all in the seminary when folks had started.
Yeah.
Jerry was not.
Well,
Okay,
I got there in
worked at
September
State Fair when we
'68.
were putting together those stupid things?
Well, we were there then.
Yeah.
But I was
I
out.
knew that was stupid. That thing, I said, look at these fools going down to the, boy, that's stupid. Then Carl got me downtown the next couple of years. Oh, that was awful.
Yeah, doing them doggies.
Oh, man.
Yes, indeed. I kept saying, look, Racy's handling the dough. There's no problem. We've got no
Then you
problem.
make us handle it, though. Then we were down on the riverfront of the 4th of July. Remember we stayed open the extra 4th of July? For the fireworks? And Carl says, we need somebody to hold the money who everybody will know has the money in the hot dog, so that when these guys attack, they won't attack the women. They'll only attack the Arab who deserves it anyway.
Who do I know that's worked in a ghetto liquor store and can handle an assignment like this? Well, let's get Frank. Let's get Frank to sit on a box of money.
Okay,
It
yeah,
rained that afternoon.
right, and you did that.
How did it work? We just think that was money out there.
That was your plan.
We didn't charge anything for that shit.
25 years.
Remember that.
We used to have this philosophy that people deserve the
I
break.
told you there was something wrong.
And the only way to do
Quarter
it
for hot dogs, 30 cents for
No, I mean, the extra day that we stayed over.
because the goddamn bumper sticker
Fireworks.
stick on the.
Well, we sold a lot of
I
hot
think
dogs.
we figured that the overhead wasn't that much more.
We all had these white shirts on.
But I remember that being a real
White
ugly
shirts
night.
and dark pants.
Real ugly
So I
night.
showed people.
That was
I showed
basically
people-
just
After they ushered,
before,
they said leave. We said, Chris,
That
wants
year
the
was,
goddamn show. They said, no, you got to put the fucking.
if I recall, it was like mid-70s, and it was the forerunner, the very beginnings of the East Side gang stuff.
So that's what we did.
The BKs and the Flints.
We never seen the
And
show. We
it
never
was
seen
an
the
ugly,
play.
ugly night down there. It was just, you could feel it in the air. It was real, man.
You know, Ken,
Louis Grand Prix hadn't even given us the, that office.
All ones around the house where they just like, we ended up with 4 plants on it. I mean, you know, maybe she put some on sign or something. And the girl agreed.
Well, Your Honor, you look like you have to go.
Well, that's a hell of a quarter in the 3rd floor. Gumbleton and Bible.
I had a studio there for a while too. I was trying to be very respectful.
See, Gumbleton was up there?
Yeah, that's where, before you, that's the only time it was ever used. They made the apartment for Gumbleton.
Did he have a big black leather couch up there too?
No, because Armstead didn't move in. You were Felton Rogers.
That was the most amazing feat of all.
Well, the biggest couch, that couch must have been 104 inches long.
Big old.
Biggest couch that they had at Hudson's. To get it up those stairs, then get it to the third floor was quite it's still there. Did you bring it down?
I didn't think about that.
Where'd you
No,
have
you
it?
brought it down. Don't you remember? We brought it down and dumped it off over
Carl.
Bill's porch.
Was that Benedici's apartment?
No.
No, third floor of the rectory.
Oh,
Oh, the Thomas Gumbel's penthouse.
Did you ever live in Benedici's apartment?
No, I walked in there once, but that was
Nobody
about.
ever lived in
This was the
Benedici's.
tiniest building I've ever been in, and it had 7 rooms inside
I
it.
love you. Be careful
Might
going.
not be anything.
Big Clap lived in one of them.
Claflin.
No,
Lock
nobody
the
ever
door,
lived in Benedici's.
lock the door.
No one lived
Only
in
an
Benedici's.
Offrio did. And I
That's
was
the
Benedici's is torn down.
Huh. What did they do with the one behind the Miller's place? I mean, who did they put in there originally?
Tim was in there, wasn't he, for a while?
Originally?
Yeah. I mean, what would it have been originally in addition?
You remember old Mrs.
Olsky?
No, the lady that had all the grandchildren over on Kendall.
No, but she went in the convent one.
That's
Why
right.
was it built originally?
Nobody went in the
Why
Benedici's.
was it built originally?
Why were they built there? Built for the caretaker? Janitor or whatever?
I'm trying to figure out who was it who moved in there. I know exactly what you're talking about. And cancer, right?
Camille just shut it down. They had to come up with that name.
Yeah.
Wasn't Jackson?
No, they're not killing, real active in the church.
More?
Is Josephine on it? No.
Josephine Castle.
There you go.
All right.
That's it. That's exactly right.
Pretty hot tonight.
Really on a roll.
Tina Jackson.
Yeah, Eleanor. I thought Eleanor did it.
Oh, come on, 3! Nobody does just 2. Oh, good.
But I don't know who the parents.
Well, Mary, I'm gonna tell Santa you're doing fine.
That's the same time.
Thank you.
I really shouldn't bring this up, but I've been remembering lately, since my daughter goes to Mercy High School,
Oh,
and is now in a play at Mercy High School, in that Mercy High School auditorium,
Oh,
where the
yeah.
Genesian finals were. In our senior year of high school.
I did well there.
Luther.
I did well there. I think I got the highest rating in the play. They told me I almost pulled my part off. I almost pulled it off. And it was the best thing they said about us that week.
Yeah, they did. Was it when Carl dropped his lines for an uncomfortable 10 or 20 minutes?
Oh, I thought it was the week. I thought it was the
No,
week
the
before I
one at
dropped.
Rosary. No, they killed us. They killed us. We were in the final.
Oh, we were golden.
We were in the
You're
finals.
lying.
And Rosary was the semifinals.
I needed that.
And we did fine there. Carl didn't drop his lines, but then we got.
But I got the highest ratings that week, though, Frank.
You were great.
Did you know that this girl went to Rosary?
Yeah, we know. We found it out too. She thought we were jerks.
Rosary Seminary guys, didn't I think they were interesting?
She
And,
thought we were
You didn't know this
a
time, I guess.
mystique, and I said,
Not much mystique there.
That was a big boy. Was she right?
Well, never forget we did Oliver out there.
Good.
Rose, that's right. That's what she's talking about. They were not excited that we
I mean,
came out.
Luther and West guys were better than you. They were right next door.
That's a real cut.
That's
I don't think we could have thought up a
At
worse
least
cut
we
than
had
that.
some
You know
order
what
for
their
them.
problem was? We insisted, and we went out there, we were it, right? The Lutheran guys.
Yeah,
they
we
just
thought we
came
were
over
hot
and-
shit.
we knew who we were. So we can remember we had the little guy that did Oliver.
Down at Murray.
Down at Murray.
We had Oliver.
And the nun out at Murray, she said, oh, this pipe should be Felix.
Oh, the Rosary, Sister Felix. Ooh.
This role has to be done by a girl.
Are you listening to this? We used to sing Felix the cat.
Oh, his name was really Felix?
Not
Yeah.
Felix.
Oh.
She, I just wanted to
I didn't know it was
She left,
It's like Sister Sphinx, don't you remember?
she left the seminary too, or I mean the nunhood or whatever. She left
Or whatever.
We heard that.
the convent.
Terry, it was just a matter of speaking, okay?
What is the proper term? I've been hearing that for years. It's always a nunnery, a nunhood. What is the proper term for a nun who leaves the convent?
That's it. That's it.
She leaves the convent.
Carl, you didn't bring any of those
Ex-nun.
movies that you guys used to make, Nick, whatever it was.
Too bad we don't have
You know, I've never even seen
I'm
that.
trying to talk.
We can break in, yeah.
We can break into your
Dave, he felt bad.
tenement back there.
I did
Is that Rick Danger?
Nick Danger, yeah.
Danger for you.
Some of you can still be in this film.
It's too bad.
Danger.
Those of you,
Yeah, that film is
those
not
few who
finished.
It's
aren't.
not, it's an ongoing one.
Frank has a great scene.
I was a bag.
Yeah, we're walking up and
Frank has
down.
several scenes in
Up
it.
and down warehouse buildings downtown. Various walks with raincoats and fedora hats.
We have some.
I still think about that Berkeley case.
My best role.
I'm not in the best scene in the film. The best scene is the scene with the statue.
Chateau.
You know, somebody else would come along.
The best scene is the scene where Clapper's looking at the map, trying to figure out where it is. He looks up and he's standing in front of the statue, pointing this way. So
That's true. The only sight gag we were able to employ in the whole thing.
great.
Oh,
There's a better sight gag when Jerry forgot the briefcase for a while. We decided how to get it back.
That's true.
Now, Leroy Dozier was a piano player?
Yeah, Leroy, down at the
Union Street.
Yeah.
Leroy Dozier.
That was 5 years at least after the first footage was filmed.
Yeah, easily.
This was a film that was decades in the making.
What would you think
We
the
used to laugh
footage
and say, well, we'll be.
Frank, just take a guess, what do you think the
making it.
footage
That was a
is?
long time.
Yeah, right, now it's
25 feet?
Yeah, they're 30 feet, and 10 of those feet are with Carl lying under a railroad car
Or
coming.
standing in front of the urinal with his briefcase on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you're okay.
I didn't know anything about editing in the early days. I'd look at that and say, well,
That's historic footage. These are Carl Beitelman early days.
yeah, we got 15
Super
minutes of
8
film
Carl.
here that could be cut down into about a minute 30.
When you
I
go
bet
down
those
to
people
like channel
in San Francisco
50
love
and
to see
channel
this.
4 and plays on film, you show them this stuff before.
It's not part of the portfolio
No,
stuff.
it's not, it's sort of part of the
It
laws.
did get him his job at Focus Hope. I mean, but they were hard up.
See, the thing is, Mary has shot more tape than that right now.
I'm off the battery and on the wall right now.
Yeah, more action.
Sit that they got.
No, we had action.
You did.
We did. We didn't have a story.
No.
We had action.
That's right, there was never any story.
It made it very appropriate for modern American television. Plenty of action, no story.
It was radical.
It was a chase scene. I mean, a lot of films take a long time getting to the chase scene. So we just started with it.
You almost got shot.
These guys have come.
Yeah.
Well, Carl, my
We were
most
almost
fun
arrested.
thing
Yeah.
was, Joe
Had
was
cops
at
pull guns on me and
a
stuff.
bowling tournament at the State Fair Bowling Alley. And we were bag ladies for your film. So we got ourselves all dressed up to be bag ladies. And instead of going straight to, what's the name of that place we went to? Union Street. We decided to go to Joe's place first. So we went there, and I knew a lot of his, a lot of the guys that he worked with, and they were all having a great time in the bar, and I walked in as a bag lady all dressed up. I went up to him, I said, how about a dance? And I had braces on, so I had to keep my mouth like this. And these guys were in disbelief that a woman like this would come into the bar. And for about 15 minutes we had them going. They thought we were real. And it was only after I started to smile full face that somebody realized, oh, those are braces. Big ladies don't wear braces. And we gave ourselves away, but we had a wonderful time, and Joe was just in total disgrace.
Bag ladies don't come up and grab some young guy in the ass.
We had a wonderful
You can't
time.
go away before the braces.
Well, I didn't even.
Did you ever find out how he grabbed in the ass?
Yeah, he gave me his phone number.
The next day she found out who that was.
He's been calling me ever since. But I have to wear that silly outfit when I see him.
Whatever appears alive.
It's the last cigarette I had was
Really?
For that, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, back when we were doing Arab stereotypes.
Yeah,
Kevin and I.
yeah, you and
dressed
your
up.
brother were doing the raghead thing.
sunglasses. and a
The
cigarette.
Halamala. Yeah, right.
And I had a cigarette for the last time.
I think that might have been the last time I saw Leroy Dozier, too.
The same year.
Yeah.
Same year.
Leroy was.
Leroy was doing what, Casablanca from,
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
doing Sam.
We did all kinds of stereotypes in this film. We didn't care. We weren't sensitive.
Leroy was playing that little piano down there in the window. What a character Leroy was, boy. We shared a room with him in Chicago, didn't we?
For Eleanor's Woman of the Year.
Yeah.
Leroy got all that.
Yeah, he came
bet
with
did.
us.
He had family.
Carol,
He
me,
had
and Leroy.
kin over in Chicago.
Remember Leroy?
And me and Jerry and Leroy shared a room at the hotel.
He wasn't on the bus, he must have drove us.
No, he was on the bus.
That's
He was
the
on
year
the
you and
bus.
I did the chili, too.
Oh, I can't remember Leroy being on that bus.
Leroy was on that bus. Leroy was in our room.
He started telling us stories, and I didn't know what was true and what wasn't true there.
Hey, Leroy fucked me up too.
Oh, yeah.
That was really funny. Because the same way Leroy was always,
I didn't believe some of the truth. I mean,
Leroy said he used to drive for Jimmy Hoffa. And he said, Tom, he said, you guys don't run this like Mr. Hoffa run his office. He said, now, 5 o'clock, you know, you can get fired for leaving papers on your desk. Every night, you have to take the papers off your desk, put them inside the desk. He was always paranoid about everybody leaving papers on his desk. Make sure that everybody locked their papers up in the desk. He was always seeing somebody from the second floor steal something out of the food center. Or there was a strange car out there. Always a strange car, something happening at the food center.
He was real suspicious.
yeah.
And one day we had this, I was doing this favor for the Right Reverend here. We had a guy from Campbell, who was the first secretary of Cuban Embassy.
I remember him.
And anyway,
Favor for me.
to make a long story short, it was a
Everything was a favor for you, Bill.
Taking this guy on a city tour. You guys were going to Cancun.
Yeah, all right.
And we took him on this city tour. But Leroy came back and told me, he said, someone was following him. So he's bringing this, he said, Tom, I was bringing that guy back in the airport. And somebody's following me. So here's what I did. He told me what maneuvered me and I ditched him. I said, Jesus Christ. Leroy's at it again. You know, didn't think anything else.
I ditched.
I
took care of a point.
He told me, yeah, the guys following from the airport to pull off 96 and made a circle and I ditched him. So to make a long story short, about 2 days later, I'm going in the resource center. And these guys are looking in that van that Chrysler gave us. And one guy, I said, no, excuse me, man. I ran the resource center, came back to get a clipboard or something. I said, excuse me. Yeah, you looking for? And I said, what in the hell are you looking for? And he said, oh, nothing. So he goes back to this car that's parked behind. And I'm getting ready to go back in the resource center. Another guy said, come here. We're sitting in the driver's seat, so I came by halfway. And he said, I said, yeah, what do you want? He said, get in the car. And I said, shit. And that's to give you everybody that's getting in my car. I'm going to get in your car. They did a little FBI badge. But anyway, make a long story short, I got in the car. They got this printout. And they keep, it's a printout and it's a minute by minute account of this guy from Cuba when he came to town. And they're missing this huge stretch of time. 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Honestly, asked me for a description of who was the black male who was 6'1", who was driving the vehicle. And that would have been Leroy Dozier.
Leroy.
And yeah, he said,
used to drive a Hobbit?
he said, can you tell me why he tried to deliver the digest? I said, hell, he didn't know who you were. I said, you know, thought his life was being threatened. I mean, why do you think he tried to digest you for? But I told Leroy went in apoplectic. I said, Leroy, there's a guy from the FBI. Oh! I said, Leroy. And so these guys said they wanted to talk to this guy, Dozier. But he tried to ask me if, say, can I put together the rest of the account? I said, no, why? He went to see Tom Gumbleton, Irving Henderson, Kenny Cochran. I knew exactly who he went to see him. I said, I don't know where the man went. He came by here in a tour. I don't know what, but I'm sorry, I can't help you. 2 days later, I come up work. It was serious. This is about a quarter day. And when I got inside, these guys were sitting in my office in the dark. And he told me that he and his partner were, get this, they were espionage agents. One with the Jerry curl and leather coat thing. They were espionage agents of the FBI. And it's really funny because then that week, my neighbor had saw a guy with a Jerry curl and leather coat trying to spear around my house. And I didn't think nothing of it until she told me that the guy came back Thursday. This time he went around the side of the house and so forth, looking all over the house. And it was the same guy. They had me under surveillance. Ever since that guy was here, about 3 months. And you remember that deal down there at St. Regis where Bill got that award that you introduced me to, that kid that was Manuel's bodyguard? Mm-hmm. He was coming back to Detroit under the pretense of setting up an exchange bout between Cuban and Detroit boxers. So I met Emmanuel that night. Emmanuel put me in touch with this guy, Purify, who was his amateur boxing dude. And the guy from the FBI said, no, I want to talk to Emmanuel. Emmanuel said he don't know shit about it. And we've had this meeting in my office with his amateur boxer there. Emmanuel denies ever known anything about this relationship. But anyway, the guy eventually got kicked out of the country for trying to set up some sort of business deal here in Detroit.
Making money, capitalist.
Weird deal, right? Yeah.
Tell us about the cigars and the rum you had.
Well, the rum, every time he came about 3 or 4 times. And he'd bring a bottle of this Cuban rum. And
getting payoffs from the Cuban ambassador.
So the first time, he brings this bottle of rum. And the second time he comes to town, he comes to meet the Padre here, and so he brings some Cuban cigars. And I can't remember the Joe Mirrors or something else. The Padre train. We had lunch down at the Padre train. And then we're gonna set up this.
This guy's wearing about an $800 coat. That was the tip-off. He was enjoying life in Washington very much. And the peasants back home, the revolutionaries, found out he was living pretty high. They checked him off the list.
The mayor told me, he said, oh,
he said, I pray I could stay in the United States.
Huh.
He's not allowed to stay. He went back and he was put to work on a tobacco farm somewhere.
Just remember Leroy
A lot of editing to get through this.
Excuse me, Mayor.
Sure.
And then in Marigold Clinic, Leroy worked for 2 years before I know Leroy had a prosthesis.
We found out that night.
God. Yeah. This guy worked for me for 2 years, and I pulled Leroy's medical record just to make sure. I looked, Leroy was mopping or something, but this guy used to carry these heavy mops up and down the stairs. He was, everything on the fruit tent was on the second floor. And So Leroy raised his leg one day to adjust his prosthesis. I said, Leroy. I said, do you wear prosthesis? He said, oh yeah, I've had them 5, 6 years. I said, okay, and I'll see you later. I went to the file to check the file, and there's no evidence. Mayor Grove didn't even check. $10 physical. What do
You know a lot about Elias.
Carl, okay? Yeah. Good gathering. Good gathering.
Not everybody line up there.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you.
absolutely. All right, we'll be here for you.
Yeah, no.
You don't know.
Come on. Come on. Come on, Karen. Come on, Jerry.
I'm going to, you know what, I get to watch.
Mary, you on
No,
you on
you
electric
get
there?
to-
I'm on electric, yeah.
Come
I'm
on,
going to
Jen.
though.
I'll put it down.
I'll be there.
Come on.
You and that camera.
I don't know.
I'm not watching
Mary,
it.
put her down. Come on, Jerry.